what's good, y'all? How y'all doing now? How y'all doing it, man? We back with another video, man. Happy Thursday, man. It's game day. It's finally game day. Bills versus Rams. Week 1 of the NFL starts today, man. And I'm going to make a whole different video about, I'm going to go over I'm going to review the Thursday night game and all that. But today, I wanted to show y'all something, man. I wanted to show y'all my fantasy team today. Last year, when I was making my videos, I mentioned fantasy a lot. I really didn't keep y'all updated on it. This year, I think I'm going to keep y'all updated. Let's just get right into it, man. So, this is my team right here. This is my team. And, yeah, honestly, I like it. I feel like I do have a shortage of running backs, but I'm in a 12-man league. It's 12 people, and I had the 12th pick. Which it's not that bad as it seems because I had the 12th, then I get to go back-to-back. I get the first pick in the second round. But, yeah, it's not bad. But, I was hoping there was going to be some running backs that I wanted by the time I got to 12. But, hey, all my guys took them. They took the Derrick Henrys, the JTs, the Najees, the CMCs, the Joe Mixons, the Alvin Kamaras. They took all them early. The Dalvin Cooks, they took all them early. Which is, fantasy is a running back thing. You know what I'm saying? And we do full PPR. So, yeah. But, yeah, so with my first 2 back-to-back picks, I did grab Stephon Diggs and Davante Adams. I had to because if I wasn't able to grab a great 1-2 punch, that was my original plan. My original plan was to grab a great 1-2 punch at running backs. I wasn't able to do that, so let me grab a great 1-2 punch at receiver, and then whatever running backs I get, I need to make sure they're receiving backs, and I need to make sure they're the only backs on their team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I grabbed Stephon Diggs, and I grabbed Stephon Diggs because, honestly, I think Stephon Diggs, he's going to be a top 3 receiver for fantasy again. I think number 1 is going to be Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is going to be the best fantasy wide receiver this league. But I think Stephon Diggs is definitely either going to be 2 or 3. That's why I grabbed Diggs. It's really only him on the team. And, a lot of people are high on Gabriel Davis, but I don't think Gabriel Davis really going to be that for fantasy. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll have a great year, but for fantasy, they're going to have a good year, but not as big as Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? And I grabbed Davante Adams because, it's Davante Adams. He's the best route runner in the league. And that 1-2 punch with Stephon and Davante, that could win me a lot of weeks just off them 2 alone. But, yeah, I grabbed Davante Adams. He in Las Vegas. He back with his former teammate and best friend, Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely going to try to find him. Yes, their receiver room is loaded. They got Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's Davante Adams. You know what I'm saying? It's Davante. So I had to grab him. This is the part where no matter what, I had to go running backs. So with my next 2 picks, with my 3rd and 4th round pick, I went David Montgomery and I went Travis Etienne. I picked David Montgomery because he plays for the Chicago Bears, and really he's the only running back on there. Yes, they got the young Khalil Herbert, but I don't think he's going to be getting clocked unless David Montgomery is hurt. And Justin Fields, I had David Montgomery on my team last year, and I noticed last year that Justin Fields, he does a lot of underpasses to David Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? Does a lot of checkdowns to David Montgomery. So that's good, especially in full PPR. You know what I'm saying? That's great. So that's why I picked David Montgomery, just because I had him last year and I know what he can do this year. You know what I'm saying? Then I went out and picked Travis Etienne. Yes, Travis Etienne is coming off a torn ACL. Yes, they have James Robinson, but I think James Robinson is on his way out the door. Travis Etienne, he's back with Trevor Lawrence, his Clemson teammate. And to me, Travis Etienne, he's going to be nice because he's a kind of receiving back too. He's a receiving back as well. So I had to go out and get him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think he's going to be nice with Trev. I think he's going to be catching the ball, running the ball. I think James Robinson he might take a little bit of that backseat if he can't stay healthy because he be hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then with my next pick, I went and grabbed Elijah Mitchell from the San Francisco 49ers. I got Elijah Mitchell because he's another receiving back. He was questionable yesterday, but when I came back on a little bit later last night, it looked like he cleared for week 1, so that's good. You know what I'm saying? I grabbed Elijah Mitchell. He's a receiving back. Debo's talking about how, he really don't want to play, even though I think it's a smoke screen. I think Debo's still going to be running the ball and catching the ball, but I like what Elijah Mitchell was doing last year. He turned into a receiving back. He was getting thrown the ball a lot, so hopefully that'll continue this year, so I'm putting my hopes in Elijah Mitchell. Pat Freiermuth. I got Pat Freiermuth, showing the Steelers love. You know what I'm saying? All the tight ends was gone by 4th round. There was no Travis Kelce. There was no Darren Waller. There was no Mark Andrews. There was no George Kittle. Yeah, all the tight ends was pretty much gone. So, but I did grab Pat Freiermuth, you know, great red zone threat. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Steelers fan, so had to. But I also grabbed him because I think Mitchell Trubisky or Kenny Pickett, whoever's playing all year, I think their number one target is going to be the tight ends. Whether it's Pat Freiermuth, whether it's Zach Gentry or Connor Hayward, but I think the main targets is going to be the tight ends when they're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I still think the receivers are going to play great, but when they're in trouble, yeah, I think they're going to try to get it to the tight ends the most. As for my defense, I also got the Steelers defense. I got the Steelers defense. I didn't want the Steelers defense because last year I had them in fantasy and they kind of let me down every week because we was getting ran all over. Hopefully that can change. My original pick, I wanted to either pick the Eagles defense, Saints defense, or Colts defense. They all got took before I could grab them. And then right before my pick, somebody picks the Dolphins defense, which I wanted as well. So, but hey, got the Steelers defense. Is what it is, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we stacked. Hopefully we can stop the run game, you know what I'm saying, this year. And hopefully they can put me some fantasy points up. As for my kicker, I got Dustin Hopkins, you know what I'm saying, kicker for the Chargers. And obviously I picked him because the Chargers have an explosive offense. So I figured that most of the time they be driving down that field, at least getting in field goal range. You know, it's football, things happen, but I think they're going to be in that field goal range to touchdown range a lot. So had to get a kicker with a good offense, you know what I'm saying. Moving on to my bench, I got Elijah Moore. I got Elijah Moore coming off my bench, man. And I drafted Elijah Moore pretty early. Don't remember where I drafted him exactly, but I drafted him, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Elijah Moore. I think right now, I'm not going to start him. I'm going to start 3 running backs, but Elijah Mitchell, I think he's still the number 1 receiver on the Jets, even though they got Garrett Wilson. Joe Flacco, when Zach Wilson and Matt White and all them got hurt last year, Joe Flacco, his favorite target was Elijah Moore. I had Elijah Moore on my team last year as well, and he was putting up numbers. So, yeah, that's why I grabbed Elijah Moore. You know, he was on my team last year, and I got used to him putting up numbers with Joe Flacco. Right now, he has Joe Flacco. So if there's a need that I need to start him, then, hey, that's what it's going to be. Then I grabbed Chase Claypool, you know, showing more Steelers love. Because I'm a Steelers fan, I got to have somebody Steelers on my team. You know what I'm saying? Grabbed him because we got him back in the slot. I think he's going to be terrorizing people. I'm not going to start him, but, you know what I'm saying, I think he's going to be terrorizing people in the slot. Then I went out and grabbed Noah Fant. I think Noah Fant is definitely a great bench tight end for me because I think he's going to be a big piece for that Seattle Seahawks offense because they got Drew Lock and they got Geno Smith. Like I said, when a quarterback is not used to his situation, the number 1 target he's going to is either the running back or the tight end. So, yeah. I just went out and grabbed Noah Fant. Got Gus Edwards. He's out, you know what I'm saying, for the first 4 weeks, but I got Gus because he's a strong runner. JK, we've been seeing videos of JK Dobbins limping, so we don't know, you know what I'm saying, what to really expect. Gus Edwards is going to be out until week 4, though, but, hey, had to grab him. Is what it is. Moving on to the last 3 pieces on my bench, I also got Michael Carter from the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? I think him and Breece Hall, because Breece Hall is a rookie, I think him and Breece Hall are still going to split the load. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Breece Hall is they're not just going to throw him right in just because he's a rookie. And Michael Carter didn't have a bad season last year. I like Michael Carter. So that's why I got Michael Carter because I did need a running back. You know what I'm saying? I did need one because, yeah, if one of the running backs go down, I need somebody to come in and step up. You know what I'm saying? I got Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is on my team. You know what I'm saying? Playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he's going to have a solid year. He's going to have a decent fantasy year. I think he's a solid bench piece for me. Not nothing crazy, but I think he'll have them 12-point, 13-point games. You know what I'm saying? If he can get into the end zone, you know. Because really, it's just him and Christian Kirk over there. I mean, they got Zay Jones too, but I don't know. I just think he's a great bench piece. And my final bench piece is Nico Collins. Nico Collins, wide receiver for the Texans. I like this pick. I honestly think this is a steal pick for me because all they really have is Brandon Cooks, and I think they want to, you know, build more receivers around Davis Mills. You know, Brandon Cooks, you can't just throw the ball to him. Eventually, people are going to catch on to that. People have already caught on to that. And somehow Brandon Cooks is still getting 1,000-yard receivers. I mean, without 1,000-yard receiving years. But, you know what I'm saying, I like the Nico Collins pickup because that takes, you know what I'm saying, Nico Collins getting the ball takes pressure off of Brandon Cooks. So I think Nico Collins is definitely going to be found very more often. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's my fantasy team. I know I went kind of past it pretty quick, but hey, I just let y'all know who I was picking and I gave y'all explanations. I'm going to keep y'all updated every week. every week I'm going to keep y'all updated. You know what I'm saying? I got some guys that play tonight, or I got one guy that played tonight. I got Stephon Diggs. But I'm going to keep y'all updated with my fantasy every week because some of y'all was interested in that. You know, I mentioned it in like 10 seconds in my videos, and some of y'all was commenting about my fantasy team. You can go back on the old videos and look for it. But, hey, man, that's my fantasy team. Now, honestly, I think I got a good team, but that's everybody in my whole league. It's a 12-man league, and I think everybody drafted pretty good. Everybody got good teams, you know. Obviously, some people had to make sacrifices. Dang, where do I take a quarterback? It's 12 of us. So by the time I want him, he's going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then I didn't even go. I didn't disrespected Russell Wilson. I didn't even. Yeah, my quarterback is Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? And I picked Russell Wilson because obviously he got all them receivers running. He got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. He got the young tight end Albert. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. And then you got guys like Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. You can give checkdowns. Most likely Melvin Gordon, though. But, yeah, I got Russell Wilson. Didn't want Russell Wilson, but it's not a bad one. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, but, you know, can't have everything. It's a 12-man league. Got to sacrifice. And, yeah, so that's my team, man. Let me know. Rate it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to do the best I could. I think my team is pretty decent, though. And honestly, I think I'm going to win my week 1 matchup. So, hey, I'm going to come back here next week, and I'm going to let y'all know what's going on with my fantasy team. But until then, I love y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. The season is finally here. I'm excited as hell. The season is finally here. But like I said, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all the love. I love y'all. Make sure y'all please stay safe out here. And I'm out.